Tristizu sa tiutungunay ko basta
Yes. Good morning, Chamarita Rages. Comments in here. Lent fish. Yes, it's a fishy Friday, guys, in Lent. So I know Burger King has the BK Big Fish, and then they also have the Pole Mullard on the man upstairs with the Impossible Whopper. Oh, no, Lord, this is not a regular Whopper. This Whopper is impossible. That is 100% Whopper and 0% beef. So I got your Lenten Friday all lined up for you guys. Let's head into the KUAM News Zoom room where Dr. Austin Shelton for UOG's Center for Island Sustainability is standing by, talking about the conference happening. That's next week, right?
Week after next.
Week after next.
Morning,
Gotcha.
Happy Day, Chris.
Good morning, Doc. Let's go ahead and jump right into that. So this is a big conference happening April 5th, right?
April 5th through the 9th. We're doing it at the Hyatt Regency Guam and also online. So it's our hybrid option as we get back into these in-person events, but we're really excited to see people and have our friends visit from islands around the world to come back for our 13th University of Guam Conference on Island Sustainability.
Wow, and I know that the last couple have been definitely virtual, right?
Yeah, last two have been virtual, but it's been really an amazing way to expand our reach. The last 2 years, we've had representatives from over 80 countries, states, and territories, islanders and their allies getting together to figure out how we're going to create our sustainable future, how islands are the place where it's happening at. We've got the prime examples here on creating a sustainable future. And we're really excited to show all of the innovations that have been happening this year and what it's going to look like for the next few years.
Doc, did you guys have to do any last minute changes to the conference? Because I know about a couple weeks ago, the governor lifted the outdoor limit and then she raised the indoor one to 250. So, or were you guys planning for a hybrid all along?
Well, we've always been planning for hybrid because there's still a lot of places around the world, like our friends over in Federated States and Micronesia and the Marshall Islands are still having trouble traveling right now. So we've known that hybrid must remain an option. But the cap limit to 250 has really helped so that we can provide more registration tickets. So we were able to increase that on our website if anybody's interested to come and join us on April 5th.
Austin, I'm looking at this graphic here. Islands are still rising. We ride ahead in this third year of the decade of action to our destination of a sustainable, equitable, and prosperous future. The breeze builds, meet us on the journey, and harness wind in our sails to a sustainable 2030. So this really aligns with the United Nations of the decade of action, right?
That's right. That's what we're in. We're in the third year of the decade of action, and the United Nations, all the 193 member nations have dedicated this decade to action, because if we don't take action right now, then we lose our chance to work on these incredible challenges like climate change, food security, and addressing all of these vulnerabilities. Now is the time to act in order to make sure that we have a sustainable future and an island and a planet to call home.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have definitely been squeezing in a decade's worth of work. Into the last couple of years, as we were talking before you came on, like food security, for example. You guys have the community garden across the post office?
That's right. We've got our G3 community garden in partnership with the Guahan Sustainable Culture nonprofit and AmeriCorps program right across the Hagåtña post office. And we recently opened a second one in Talifofo at their community center as well.
How's that work? This community garden, I mean, can you just roll up and just, hey, give me 3 eggplant? I'm not sure how it works.
Yeah, well, not quite. So actually there's a group of dedicated volunteers. They're there every afternoon and on weekends. So you can go in and help out and also learn during workshops. But the harvests go to those in our community that are most in need. Nice. So all the harvest is donated to Catholic Social Services, to homeless shelters, to make sure that the food is getting to people who need. And then you're also learning how to grow your own food at home. So there are education beacons of food security to show that we can do it ourselves here. We're importing over 90% of all the food and goods we consume. So we need a create more of these community gardens and more local agriculture to help offset some of those imports.
Doc, so what about the Conservation Corps? I know from time to time I get a message from Kyle asking me to announce something on the radio about, the Conservation Corps planting here or planting there. So what's the status on that? And then is the opportunity to apply for the program, has it been closed already?
Yes, it's closed. We had over 100 applicants, and we did the whole recruitment and selection process. And just last week, Monday, we started the second cohort or the second season of our Guam Green Growth Conservation Corps. We now have 12 members working full-time, preparing our community for the emerging green economy. And so that means they're getting training in agriculture, aquaculture, invasive species removal, renewable energy, watershed restoration, planting trees to create forests. And they're bringing the community along with us. So it's only 12 spots that they have full time, but you can join them every Friday. Like this morning at 8 o'clock, they'll be at the Farmers Co-op in Dedido, and they're gonna be cleaning up for the entire morning. And when they have events along the way, like the invasive species removal, you can join them as well. And they'll be doing this for 5 straight months. They'll be finishing up in August, and they're going to have incredible impact numbers. Like last year, or for example, they recycled 70,000 aluminum cans, and those redemption fees all went back to our schools. They installed over 641 solar panels, planted 3,000 trees. And so this second cohort is on a mission. They want to beat those numbers from last year and leave a lasting legacy for our island's sustainability.
You talked a little bit about the aluminum cans. So I had Peggy Denny on, was that last week? Last week, right? And so she was talking about, and that's you guys with the recycle bins at the mayor's offices, right?
Correct. So yeah, we've gotten them installed, and we're going to do hopefully a press conference soon to explain how those things work. So there's every mayor's office now has a G3 recycling bin, thanks to our partners EPA and the Island Beautification Task Force. We now have a place where you can take your aluminum cans, your metals, and your glass products and drop them off there. And Peggy, our iRecycle partner, is helping to make sure that those are all sorted properly. And the aluminum cans, for example, those redemptions will again go back to our schools.
She talked about plastics, Doc, and how the market for plastics, what did she say? I think she said something like it has hit rock bottom. And so a lot of the plastics that we're collecting here are ending up in the landfill. How do we kind of address that issue locally?
Well, that's something we're actively working on as well. So we do need a big solution that can handle all of our plastics 1 through 7 eventually, because there's these different types of plastics that need to be sorted and recycled. So one way that we're doing that right now is that, sorry, I got my kids getting ready for school. Apologize for the extra noise.
No
but we have at the Makerspace at Chamorro Village, the G3 Circular Economy Makerspace and Innovation Hub, you can make an appointment to drop off your plastics 2 and 5, and they can get shredded and extruded and melted into new marketable products, and also into molds and bricks. We're trying all of these different things, but there's also going to be larger solutions as we work with the Guam Economic Development Authority and the governor's office. We're looking for the larger scale plastic recycling solutions so that we don't have to ship it off to Indonesia or China for them to take care of our problem anymore.
Right. Doc, anything in closing before I let you go? I want to let you get back to getting the kids ready.
Please join us for the 2022 UOG Conference on Island Sustainability, April 5th through the 9th. The conference website is uog.edu/CIS 2022. And so we just announced our keynote speaker, which is the president of the East-West Center out of Honolulu, based at the University of Hawaii. But we also have exciting science communication experts like Dr. Monica Moher from Puerto Rico. We have Dr. Galvin De Leon Guerrero, the president of the Northern Marianas College, director of the Institute of Sustainability at the University of Hawaii, Dr. Kaufman, and a whole bunch of other people that will be bringing these topics of food security, climate change, renewable energy. We have a Guam Housing Summit on the first day. So that's something we haven't done for a while.
Wow.
GURA will be looking for sustainable housing options, solving our homeless issues, and so much more. And a youth summit is what closes us all off. How do we hear the youth voices and get us to that sustainable future together with their input and drive?
Doc, thank you so much for your time this morning. And as we get closer to the conference, if you want to, come back on or send Kyle or something, let me know.
Okay, Chris, thanks so much for the time. Appreciate it.
All right, on.
Have a great day, everybody.
You have a good weekend. 718, right here on the link. We're brought to you by Cabo Enterprises, IT&E, and Jack in the Box. Let's take a quick break on this Friday morning. Yes, it is Friday. There was some COVID news. Guys, honestly, I quit reading. Can I say that? I quit reading the Joint Information Center updates. Okay, the last one I read was on whichever one they had announced that PEBT is going to be uploaded April 8th after 7 p.m. After that, I just didn't read. But they sent some samples off island.